Chapter 56. Listen and repeat. Conversation. When was this estate built? It was built 2 years ago. How far is it from the city? It's 20 miles from the city. How far is it from the ring road? It's only 2 miles from the ring road. How fast were the houses sold? All the houses were sold quickly. How were they priced? They were priced very moderately. How much did they cost? They cost between 10 and 14,000 pounds. Who were most of the houses bought by? Most of the houses were bought by young married couples. What were many of them buying? Many of them were buying their first home. Conversation continued. How big is this house? It's a 4-bedroom house. Who was it bought by? It was bought by the Browns. Do they have any children? They have 1 little boy. Are they expecting another baby? Yes, they are. What happened to Tom Brown recently? He was transferred to the city recently. What was he given? He was given a better job in his firm. What did the Browns do? They spent several weeks hunting for a house. Why did they finally decide on this house? They finally decided on this house because it was a good bargain. English notes. The adjective big can be used with how to ask about the size of an object, similar to measure adjectives. Example, a 4-bedroom house. The expression 4-bedroom uses the singular noun bedroom preceded by a numeral. It functions as an adjective before house. An ing clause can sometimes be used in English, like the Italian gerund, when the subjects of the main and subordinate clauses coincide. English. How big is this house? It's a 3-bedroom house. Where is it? It's next door to the Browns' house. Who was it bought by? It was bought by a young married couple. What's their name? Their name is Smith. Do the Smiths have any children? No, they don't. What does Mark Smith do? He's a television repairman. Where did the Smiths used to live? They used to live in the city. Why did they move to the suburbs? They got tired of the noise, the dirt, and the crowds. Who was this house sold to? It was sold to a young married couple. Where was he transferred? He was transferred to the accounting section. What course were you allowed to take this year? I was allowed to take physics. How fast were those houses sold? They were sold very quickly. When were those houses built? They were built 2 years ago. When were you transferred to the firm's headquarters? We were transferred to the firm's headquarters 2 months ago. I'm Mark Smith. I live next door to the Browns. Their house is bigger than ours. However, our house was less expensive than theirs. I have a car. My wife has a car too. My car is bigger than hers. However, her car is less expensive to run than mine. Vocabulary. Asphalt, baby, bargain, belt, circular, circular road, concrete, couple, crowd, dirt, dormitory, efficient, enormous, farm, finally, headquarters, hers, his, in fact, its, landscape, the least, less, married, mine, moderately, national, ours, physics, quickly, railway, recently, repairer, row, section, spread, television repairman, television set, theirs, typist, yours. Verbs: to allow, to decide on, to eat up, to expect, to get married, to get tired, to hunt for, to marry, to price, to run, to stretch, to transfer. English notes. Less/the least. To allow, to expect. English proper names. Fred. Reading. All our big cities are now surrounded by a belt of suburbs. In fact, it's hard to know where the cities stop and the suburbs start. The suburbs are enormous dormitories for the cities. That is, people work in the city but sleep in the suburbs. Nowadays, more people live in the suburbs than in the city centers. The spread of the suburbs was made possible by the car, but the first suburbs followed the railway lines. When cars were priced low enough for many to buy, the suburbs began to eat up all the farmland around the cities. Rows of houses all alike began to stretch across the landscape. People could live well with a little green around them instead of asterisks, 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 in the brick, concrete, and asphalt of the city. Now, many factories and offices have also moved out to the suburbs. Along the circular road that runs around London, for example, there are many factories and office buildings. Many people work in these places. Also the adverb of time. The adverb now is usually found in the final position. In the expression, by the car. The definite article is present in this sentence. The auxiliary could is used with the past meaning. After the preposition, instead of, it is implied. The verb form, living. Comprehension exercise. Questions. By what are all our big cities now surrounded? Is it easy to know where the cities stop? Where do more people live now? In the cities or in the suburbs? What made the spread of the suburbs possible? What did the first suburbs follow? When did the suburbs begin to grow? What did they eat up? What began to stretch across the landscape? What could people have around them in the suburbs? What did people have around them in the city? What else has moved out to the suburbs? What is there along the circular road that runs around London? The passive voice, simple past. The personnel manager transferred Miss Allen to the accounting section. Miss Allen was transferred to the accounting section by the personnel manager. The typists operated the office machines. The office machines were operated by the typists. They sold the last flat 3 months ago. The last flat was sold 3 months ago. They moved their factory near the ring road. Their factory was moved near the ring road. They gave my little sister a red ball. My little sister was given a red ball. They asked him several questions. He was asked several questions. They told us to go away. We were told to go away. Notes. Passive transformation works for verbs with direct and indirect objects. The indirect object often becomes the subject in the passive sentence. Alternative passive constructions are possible. For example, a red ball was given to my little sister, though less common. The direct object can also be an infinitive phrase or a that clause. Possessive adjectives/pronouns. My arrow, mine. Your arrow, yours. His arrow, his. Her arrow, hers. Its arrow, its. Our arrow, ours. Their arrow, theirs. Notes: possessive pronouns replace an expression of a possessive adjective plus noun when the noun has already appeared or is clear from context. Examples: this is my pen. That is yours. Are those your books? No, they are hers. This car is ours. That is theirs. Reading comprehension. Questions 1. By what are all our big cities now surrounded? 2. Is it easy to know where the cities stop? 3. Where do more people live now, in the cities or in the suburbs? 4. What made the spread of the suburbs possible? 5. What did the first suburbs follow? 6. When did the suburbs begin to grow? 7. What did they eat up? 8. What began to stretch across the landscape? 9. What could people have around them in the suburbs? 10. What did people have around them in the city? 11. What else has moved out to the suburbs? 12. What is there along the circular road that runs around London?